We will murder those cat germs. We will not get frickin' rabies from this toast.
Rabies.
Tetanus
What?
maybe. Tetanus maybe, but not toast. Not rabies. So what are we playing next, Nate?
Surgeon Simulator.
Virgin Simulator?
No, Surgeon.
I hope that means we're going up in a plane developed by Richard Branson.
Surgeon Simulator.
Surgeon Simulator? Oh.
Surgeon.
So you weren't
Like a
joking about
surgeon.
you weren't joking about the surgery thing earlier.
Nope.
Willing to do any cosmetic surgery? Sometimes I feel too versatile.
Kim says, ah, so dessous. Yes. Yes, so it
Like a
is.
surgeon. Cutting
All
for the very first time. Sorry. Alright, so this is a game where you only have one hand. And you got to perform multiple different surgeries. This one's heart surgery.
This is actually the game that Simon Tam trained on before getting his medical degree in Firefly.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. True fact.
Yeah.
Ah.
A 3.5 floppy. 3.5. He set the magic number. We don't have a sound clip to play of Pee Wee Herman and his friends freaking out that someone said the secret word, but that's the effect I'm going for here. 3.5.
Could I find that? Would that be bad if I found that?
Yes, that would be terrible. I mean, for one thing, it would be Pee Wee Herman, but actually, he's playing an awesome character on Blacklist right now, so that's pretty sweet. Kim, I don't know if you noticed, but Kim totally gave you props for the Weird Al shout out.
Thank you. Ah, shit. I'm just gonna have to use the hammer.
Yes, Kim, you get no prize. Unfortunately, it is not an actual physical no prize like the Marvel no prize used to be. But
what was the no prize then?
It was just a piece of paper that said no prize
No prize
on it.
Well, I could make one, and
I don't know if you're familiar with the history of the no prize, but when people wrote into the Marvel letter columns back in the day, and they would point out continuity errors or whatever, the best one would receive a no
there goes the
prize,
hammer.
which is basically a piece of paper saying, "This is your no prize. You don't actually get a prize, but we're acknowledging that you did something prizeworthy." So yes, Kim, you get a no prize, except you don't even actually get the no prize.
I can make one. What?
When they actually had letter pages, they brought them back for a little while. Kim complains that they had letter pages, but yet I mean, they actually brought them back recently for a little while. At least in DC Comics, because they tried this thing called DC Nation, and it just fell apart terribly. I actually haven't picked up a straight up issue of a comic in some time. I usually read them all in trade paperback form, like collected, because A, it's cheaper, and B,
I'm gonna have to restart
I
the
don't have to wait 6 months
surgery.
to get a whole story.
Alright. Let's do this again. Get this out of here.
So yes, nerd things.
I'm sorry, we need to talk about, it's not Supernatural, it's, Constantine.
Yes, I was actually, funnily enough, talking with Kim about Constantine earlier. The most recent episode was kind of a mind blower.
It was lovely.
I was disappointed by the fact that they seem to have taken the supernatural-esque route of killing the female guest star. But it was a really awesome story this week, and the effects of seeing angels and demons and miracles and whatever felt very authentic.
Oops, dropped the clock.
You shot the clock?
Giving you the horns, man.
Huh.
But
Oh, Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A couple of weeks ago on Constantine, Manny just sort of materializes next to John. John turns around, freaks out, like, "Oh, warn me when you're going to sneak up on me, eh?" And Manny says, "Well, I could announce my arrival with trumpets. I used to have a whole horn section back in the day." And then John kind of smirks him and says, "Well, I'll just bet you did, mate." And what I couldn't figure out was, A, was John suggesting that Manny was into blowing things?
Oh God.
Because that's
Let's see the
playing the skin flute. That's a euphemism for. But it could also mean.
Jeez.
Okay, Kim says that her daughter has the Fraction, the Hawkeye by Matt Fraction, and they still have letter pages. So good on you, Marvel. All right. And she also told you not to hit the patient in the head.
Sorry,
Anyway,
I can't help it.
I wasn't sure if John was implying that Manny was gay, which, I'm sure John wouldn't be homophobic about that because in the comics John is bi.
That
If,
wouldn't surprise me.
or if he was implying that Manny was the devil.
I am the
Horns,
goddamn devil.
horn section. I wondered which direction they were going with that.
But the thing is about Constantine, it's not getting the ratings it
No.
should deserve, in my opinion.
At the time of this recording, Constantine is still what we call on the bubble, which is to say, it's still waiting to hear whether or not it's going to be renewed for another season. They have already said that they're not going to order more episodes for this season, so season 1 is only going to be 13 episodes long. But there's still a chance that we could get a season 2. Kim says I'm thinking too much about the horns reference. Listen, lady.
No.
Have you not known me to overthink things? Metacognition is my mutant power. Give me a thing to think about and I will overthink it.
Let me. I'm trying to.
This. Alright. Are you, like, just drilling through his ribs at this point?
I was.
Oh.
And now the drill's free. You'll see in a bit.
Oh, okay, alright.
Ah!
Aiden says the patient's name is Bob?
Yes.
Oh. Poor
Why?
Bob.
Yeah, poor Bob.
I'm pretty sure Bob's family is going to sue you for malpractice.
I only got one hand.
Well, then you're single-handedly killing this guy.
There it goes. There we go. I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cutting it.
Yeah. Cut the blue wire.
No.
They're all blue.
Ah, no! That's ironic. Because I just failed.
Bob is so dead. Yeah, Bob. Defib, clear.
Too much blood.
Somebody get George Clooney in here, stat.
And that's Surgeon
Probably
Simulator.
Quincy at this point, or
It's the same people that made I Am Toast.
Ian Grufford's character from Forever. We're gonna need that guy.
Oh no.
Oh, they did something interesting on Forever this week. Have you been following it at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
You need to explain.
It's a show kind of like... Kim says that we are all laughing riotously at y'all. Well, we are delighted to entertain. We prefer it if it was laughing with us rather than at us, but we will accept that.
Ah!
We will take it.
Sorry if that's loud.
All right. Now, is your achievement a middle finger?
Yes, that was one
Is,
achievement.
is your achievement flipping you off? How dare you?
That is one of the achievements.
You frickin' murdered Bob. How dare you?
Poor Bob.
Anyway,
It's a blank screen right now. I'm sorry.
Ian Gruffin plays this guy named Henry Morgan, who lives forever. You know, whenever he dies, he comes back from the dead, mysteriously, stark naked, for the ladies, and in the nearest body of water. And he's about 200 years old, and occasionally it flashes back to show a previous decade of his existence. At one point in this most recent episode, it shows him brushing a little gray in around his temples. Back in like the 1950s or whatever, so that he looks like he's aging with his wife.
Damn!
And so people don't realize that he's immortal. The best part of this is Gruffwood putting gray in on his temples means he looks like Reed Richards again.
Give it 1
He
second.
played Reed Richards in the original, not original, but the two big mainstream Fox Fantastic Four movies. And someone, Chris Evans' Human Torch commented on the same thing, almost verbatim, that Henry Morgan's wife says to him.
Interesting.
I like that you're going with the old man look. It looks good on you. It was just this ridiculously sneaky, subtle shout-out. I was so pleased. It's a good show. It's not, like, the best show out there, but I'll watch it if there's nothing else on. Which, with me, is Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday is the only day that I don't actually have a show to actively watch. Or Saturday. Because Doctor Who is not on. And, even with Doctor Who, I would watch it on the Sunday. Monday, Miss and I watch Once Upon a Time. Then on Tuesday, I watched Gotham, Blacklist, and
The new Gotham lately.
Sleepy Hollow. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. And then on Tuesday, I'm watching the shows from Monday. On Wednesday, I'm watching not Supernatural, The Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm watching Arrow, and it's a very busy thing. So on Thursday, I'm kind of sitting there wondering what to do with myself. So I'll watch Selkie, and Forever, and A to Z.
I know you probably don't want to watch this American Horror Story.
No, no, I'm not really into the horror thing.
Oh, it's really good though.
Yeah, with the exception of Shaun of the Dead, which is not even my favorite in the Blood and Cornetto trilogy.
I don't blame you, Shaun of the Dead. My favorite is Hot Fuzz.
Yes, good. Yes, good. I was just on a forum a few minutes ago, quoting lines from Hot Fuzz back and forth with people on the internet.
Cain is deified.
On my 10th Doctor
Clans
Tumblr,
tell tales of him.
I have portrayed
Cain
Hot
knows
Fuzz
the
as
truth.
one of the 10th Doctor's favorite
He
movies.
was mortal once.
For a variety of reasons. First of all, there's a lot of familiar faces
Contempt
in
for
it.
humanity drove him to create me and my brethren.
A lot of actors
I
have
am
guest
Raziel,
starred on
firstborn of his lieutenants.
Doctor Who that were
I
in
have served
Hot
Cain
Fuzz.
a millennium.
Jim Broadbent and
The gift
Bill Nye
continued to evolve.
show up during the
We
11th
became
Doctor's
less
run,
human
but
and
whatever,
more
he's flashing forward. He has
Divine.
future deja vu, whatever,
Cain
he's a Time Lord.
will enter the state of change.
And
Merge with a new gift.
the Doctor has a special
Some
affection
years after the Master,
for
our
detective
evolution
shows
will follow.
where people eat ice cream
Until I
because
had
of
the
black
honor
people.
of surpassing my